Good question. How much goes into making a new tune or new stage for an existing tune? I feel like most people don't know how much back end work and testing is required. Just got an A6 and notice no stage 2 plus yet. Um, yeah, this is a good question because we're actually working on an advertising piece promoting our tuning, and one of the things we've been doing is collecting some of this data about how much time and energy and some of the stats and specs that go into our calibrations, and it is actually shocking and impressive how much time and energy goes into these tunes and calibrations. And you are right, most people don't know. The flip side of that is the companies that may spend a day on the dyno and release a tune also don't tell you that. And so the assumption is that they spent a lot more time on it than they did. So I think
yeah, that's an equivalent
that is
product
equivalent, right?
that just because they're selling it, they must have done.
So we have the benefit of putting in tremendous time and energy to make these products the best. But where we get kind of screwed is, sometimes the customers assume that the other company has done the same thing, and that's not the case. So just some quick numbers. Like I said, we've been collecting these just for our B9 3.0T calibration. Over 30,000 development hours of tuning and calibration and engineering that file. 500,000 development miles across 10 company employee test vehicles. That's just here. Now, if you talk about the number of miles that have been put on by customers, which we wouldn't consider testing, but it's a data point on how many miles our customers have successfully and safely driven on these files. It's obviously well into the millions. 1,000 to 2,000 internal file revisions for a stage 1 tune alone. This was kind of an estimate by two of our calibrators. And so that's the file revisions alone. Imagine if you were, writing a book and you were 2,000 revisions into the book. 4+ years of continued testing over 1 year, just stage 1 alone. So before we released stage 1, we were in development testing for 1 year on that. 40+ road course track days with high thermal and high load testing. Just think about that. 40+ track days. Hundreds and hundreds of dyno hours. Hard to even say. Like days and days on the dyno. Yeah. And so our first B9 tune was released pretty much 4 years ago.
Almost to the day, yeah.
Middle of June, 4 years ago. It's safe to say it's the most popular, most widely purchased, most widely used B9 tune in the industry, and these days the most attacked by our competitors who would like a piece of that business. But we put a lot of pride in these products. When you put that much time and energy into something and it works and it's successful, it is a source of pride. And so the tuners, the calibrators, the engineers that we have that work on these products do get paid. And of course, they're making a living and supporting their families. But the sense of pride and the sense of accomplishments around and behind the results from these products is tremendous. And so that's really fundamentally what drives us all here at 034 is we all want to do a great job, and we want to be successful. And by successful, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about we want to create great products that customers love, customers can use, that customers feel good about buying and using. And that's success to us. And if we do that, then we get paid too. And that's part of the process. So great question. Not every tuner revision may need that much work, but you have an A6. How long have we been working on the 2+ for?
Quite some time, yeah. Because we could have shortcutted that one in particular and gotten it out a lot sooner.
Yeah.
But we wanted to take the time and get all of the airflow models correct and recalculated because you're basically at the end of what all the stock maps are able to do, or past the end of those. Mm-hmm. So you've got to either fudge it and kick out a file quickly or step back and reformulate basically how all the math works internally, so that you're within all of your maps, you're properly calculating torque for the airflow, and all that lines up and operates correctly. So no, we could have released a 2 plus long ago, and in a manner that was quick and dirty, but we knuckled down and want to get it done right the first time.
Yeah, so I think we've been working a good 6 months.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
on the
at
2
least,
plus
just the 2 plus
calibration,
yep.
including developing a whole new low pressure fuel pump product as part of it.
Yep.
And like Nate said, we were at a point where we could have just kind of fudged it. I don't know if you want to know more about fudging and what that means, check out our YouTube. We have a fact check video that we released last year that goes into great detail about what it looks like to do that right and what it looks like to fudge it. And we don't fudge here at 034. So we actually went and re-engineered all the mapping to run correctly at the higher boost levels, at the higher load levels, including adding more low pressure fuel flow to the fuel system capacity. So, and sometimes developing these files means creating hardware as well, because you can develop hardware and you can develop software, but if they don't work together, it doesn't matter. So when you're pushing the tune and calibration to the 2 plus level, you're going to need good free flowing airflow in and out of the motor. You're going to need fuel system capacity. And so we've, up to this point, developed high pressure fuel pump piston upgrades, and now a low pressure as well. Of course, we have the pulleys, the intakes, the belts, everything else you need. The clutch delete for the supercharger, all that stuff we've already done. But it all comes together in these calibrations, and it's not quick and it's not easy to do. So great question. Thanks for asking that.